What's going on, guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So in today's video I got a couple of things to talk to you guys about. I'm gonna go right into it because I know this is probably going to be on the shorter side compared to my normal videos. First off, I want to talk to you guys about Apex Legends actually expanding beyond the Battle Royale scene. Now, to give you guys some context of where we actually heard this from, this actually came from Reddit, where Daniel Klein, the senior game designer at Respawn, was responding to a comment that someone tagged him in saying, any chance you want to bring something as dope as Nexus Blitz to this game, or even a team deathmatch mode. Now, for context, Daniel Klein used to work for Riot Games, specifically League of Legends, on a game mode called Nexus Blitz. Apparently it was really popular. I used to play League back in the day. I didn't get a chance to play this game mode, but apparently people loved it, and they're basically wondering if there's any plans to bring a game mode like that to Apex Legends. Now, Daniel responded saying he basically doesn't have any role in game mode creation at Respawn, but he really wants them to try more non-battle royale things. He said, I think Winter Express was a wonderful proof of concept that Apex can be super fun in non-BR modes. Don't have anything else to announce on that front right now. Now, while Daniel admitted that he doesn't actually work on anything related to game modes, we do know that Apex Legends team actually has weekly meetings in which they kind of share stuff from other departments with each other. So with this kind of collaboration going on, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the departments are kind of talking about the same thing, bringing more non-battle royale game modes to Apex Legends, kind of like the Winter Express game mode that we got today. Now, I actually do want to show you guys this limited time mode concept that I think would be really cool. This concept, posted by Sad at Super Bowl on Reddit, would definitely be a great way to further explore, the kinds of game modes that could really work on Apex. His idea was basically a gunfight limited time mode in which 4 trios play a gunfight style game mode against each other on symmetrical maps. For example, Skull Town right here, you have 4 different spawn points on 4 different edges of the map. The first team to reach 5 points wins. I imagine, executing an entire team might give you a point, or maybe get a point for every single kill. He also says every team starts with the exact same loadout, including weapons, attachments, consumables, standard shields, and no evo. He says ultimates can be used only once during the whole match by each legend. He also said tacticals can be only used 2 times, and there is a countdown in this game mode. If teams are still alive after a set time, the ring will close rapidly, forcing you to engage. And he even gave examples of other maps that this could work on, including Gauntlet, Map Room, and Mirage Voyage. So personally, even though this is kind of more of a basic game mode, I would love to see something like this added into Apex. It kind of lets us experience, what kind of meta changes would happen if you put the legends into a kind of TDM or multi-TDM style game mode. I think that would be a lot of fun. Another idea I had for a game mode is to kind of include what we did in the Season 5 questline, going against those PvEs like the Prowlers, the Revenant zombies, stuff like that could be really cool if it was incorporated into some kind of permanent survival type game mode. I'm a huge fan of the Call of Duty Zombies series, and I'm going to straight up say that if Apex kind of took that same concept into their game, I think it would be an amazing addition to Apex Legends. Now, with this idea, instead of only playing to escape in the dropship like you did during the Season 5 quest, you'd basically play an unlimited amount of rounds until you died. You could even make the crafting machines a core mechanic in this game, as you have to continuously craft health, shields, weapon attachments, and grenades in between these survival rounds. And like I talked about before, we could have Prowlers, Revenant zombies, Flyers, and even Spectres, which is something that was sort of teased during the Loba trailer, added into this limited time mode. I think it would be a great addition and would definitely be a really good way to kind of test the waters and see what specific game modes would work with Apex Legends characters. Now, moving on to the next topic, I want to give you guys some updates on cross progression. Now, as you guys know, we've talked about cross progression a lot. It's basically where if you have a PS4 account and you wanted to play on PC, you'd be able to use your exact account on PC and not have to start over and lose all of your heirlooms, your skins, and stuff like that. This is something that most games in the past couple years have already been released with, but Apex is one of those games that has just not had the time to catch up to this. Now, we actually learned some more information of this on Twitter. This one guy known as Trox33 was tagging Respawn developers and asking if there's any possibility of cross progression. He also said, my friends and I want to switch to PC, but don't want to lose all our skins and heirlooms. This actually got a response from Jason McCord saying, hey man, we hear you and that people want it. I want it too, but we can't talk about anything that hasn't been announced. Now, for those guys that didn't know, we got a completely other comment about cross progression from Chad Grenier, who's one of the big head developers at Respawn. He basically said that he really wants cross progression to happen, but it is a very complex problem when people have multiple accounts already made on different platforms. He also said we have some really smart people thinking about it as we speak. Hopefully sometime in the future we can support it, but it's still in early development. Now on one hand, Jason McCord said they can't talk about anything that has been announced, but on the other hand, we have Chad Grenier saying that they already have people kind of working out how to figure this idea. So I'm not sure really what to believe. I do believe that they definitely want cross progression to happen, because it does make sense, especially from a competitive standpoint, to be able to give people more of an incentive to switch to PC, which we can all kind of agree is the main platform for competitive play. I think that's something that they would really love to see add into the game, but again, we're just gonna have to wait until we get some more information on cross progression. Now, finally, the last thing that I want to talk about, or at least the last big thing, is actually something to do with Wraith. Now, I'm sure you guys have probably heard from the third-party podcast, senior game designer Daniel Klein basically said that they are looking at adjusting Wraith further by increasing her hitbox for Season 8. Now, obviously this got a ton of Wraith mains upset, because the main reason most people play Wraith is just because her hitbox is already so small. It's so easy to dodge bullets. That's basically what makes her a top tier legend. Now, a lot of this criticism came from Reddit, which actually ended up getting a response from John Larson, who is a live balance designer at Respawn and also has over 10,000 kills on Wraith. In his comment, he said, "I'm saying this as a fan of the game who only recently joined Respawn. I have 10,000 kills on Wraith, about a third of my total kills in the game. To all the sweaty Wraith mains out there, I have your back. Wraith's kit has been nerfed and tweaked more than any other legends, but her win rate and encounter rate has remained an anomaly. The common argument is that mechanically gifted players are drawn to her kit, but when we filter by skill brackets, she's still head and shoulders above everyone. So what does this mean?" In another comment, he also compared Wraith to Pathfinder, who basically went through similar hitbox changes in Season 7. He said that Pathfinder's equipment nerf was way too much, but he's in a much better place after the hitbox adjustment. So basically what he's saying is that this guy is a very good Wraith player, obviously having over 10,000 kills on her. I think that's great when you have a developer who actually spends a lot of time playing the game. It gives you a much different perspective compared to a developer who really doesn't put that much time or effort into playing the game itself. So this is really great to see. I think a lot of Wraith mains are going to be happy that another Wraith main is sort of taking charge of these changes that we'll be seeing to Wraith in Season 8. So hopefully you guys don't have to worry too much. I don't think Wraith is going to go from, being top tier all the way down to the bottom. She might just get a couple of changes that seem big at first, but might in the long run, benefit her a lot more. Now finally, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is a new quality of life feature that might be coming to Apex. This originally came from Reddit when the user Tiger Tank Sniper made a post asking if we could get a mark all as seen button when on the legend selection screen. Now this is particularly useful for someone like me who, spends money opening Apex packs, or, if you get a bunch of tiers from the battle pass at once, it's very annoying going individually to every single new thing you unlocked, clicking on it just so that little red dot goes away and you don't have to look at it anymore. Apparently this is actually coming in a future patch. It's probably not going to be here until like early 2021, but we do know from Daniel Klein saying good news, that's probably coming next patch. Now it's cool that we're getting some more quality of life changes. Personally, I think a much better idea would to be able to select your top 3 legends so you don't get assigned a legend you never use if you're AFK during legend select. In my opinion, that would be a much better idea, but hopefully, with these kind of small quality of life changes that we're getting, it's eventually going to lead into some bigger quality of life changes that'll really improve Apex as a whole. Now, that basically concludes today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. Thank you guys as always for sticking through. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace out.